Hello and welcome to Nanaba's Kitchen. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Sister Madame back in the kitchen to cook with you all. I missed you so much and I know you missed me all too. Today I'm bringing you Peri Peri sauce. 2 solid ways. Let's start, but first let's wash our hands. Now let's cook. First ingredient is a 1/4 cup of cooking olive oil. So pour that into your pan, which you should have on medium heat to bring the oil to a sizzle. Next ingredient is 10 cloves of garlic. So into the oil, the garlic goes, followed by 3 red thigh chilies, followed by 2 Fresno chilies. And peri peri sauce has heat, all right, friends? So you may adjust the chilies to your tolerance. We're also going to add 1 scotch bonnet chili. And scotch bonnet chilies do have an incinerating heat to them, all right? So you can adjust that as well. You want some onions in your peri peri sauce. So I have a half of a large white onion, and you can use any onion, even shallots in this recipe. So cut them up roughly and add them to your saucepan. Now what we're going to do is cook these until they are slightly caramelized. And that should take about 4 to 6 minutes. Now, the caramelizing step, I feel, is necessary. Why? Because that incinerating heat that chilies offer will be mellowed. They will be toned down so that you can enjoy the amazing flavors that peri peri sauce is known for. This is done. It took 6 minutes, so remove from the heat and allow it to cool down. Next ingredient is red bell pepper or paprika, which I will need to roast right over this open flame in order to bring a char that also introduces smokiness into a peri peri sauce, which is a layer of flavor that you will enjoy. Done. That char is perfect. Now we're going to cut it up and then blend our ingredients. We have a couple more ingredients we're going to be adding, so watch closely. Now, a quick fun fact about peri peri sauce. It is actually originating from Portugal, and the rest of the world has adopted peri peri sauce in their cuisines. I'm talking Indian, Mediterranean, even some East African dishes I've seen it in. Per the little research I did, it was introduced to our cousins in Angola and Mozambique by the Portuguese settlers, and it's become a true universal favorite, which you'll find in a popular food chain restaurant known as Nando's in South Africa. Yes, endless versatility in its use and complexity in its flavors. Back to the recipe, we're blending everything. And also clean as you go, Sister Madam. Pro tip number 1. Yes, you want your kitchen to be clean when you're done cooking. All right, the next thing is we're going to zest 1 lemon and add that also to the blender cup. And then we're going to squeeze in the juice of 2 lemons as well, straight into the blender. And that is, of course, going to bring us that balance and that fresh taste we want, because there's so much oil in here. So you know that the flavors are so far very rich. So we want to cut through a little bit of that richness, and acid is the best route to go. Next, I have some freshly crushed white pepper, which I have added. You can use black also. I also add some salt, followed by some dried oregano or oregano, however you pronounce it. And then don't forget a little bit of a sweetener, and I'm using organic honey. You may use sugar or you may omit entirely, but it really brings that balance you want. Blend till you have a smooth sauce. And that's all she wrote, friends. And if you're feeling ambitious and want to express yourself a little further, then you can cook this in a saucepan on low heat until the oil resurfaces. That means that all the flavors would have become more intensified. That is it, friends. Now let's move on to the next peri peri sauce recipe. Now this one can be used more as a dry rub, but it comes together as a sauce eventually. We're going to need our honey. We will also need some oil. Those are the two wet ingredients we'll be needing here. All right, so since this is a dry rub, we're going to pretty much process this into a powdery consistency. First, starting with this lemon rind that I dehydrated last night, as well as the lemon fruit itself. Next ingredient is red dry chili flakes, followed by oregano. Next ingredient is dry onion flakes, and you can substitute with granulated onions. We also need some paprika. So this is regular paprika, followed by a small amount of smoked paprika. We have our crushed white pepper. And then the last ingredient is our granulated garlic. That is it, friends. Now let's process until we have a powdery consistency. And there it is, friends. It is done. Now this stores well and longer. It has a longer shelf life. So you can go this route, but this definitely does not have the same taste as the previous one. As we all know, ingredients in their dry form taste a lot different than when they're in their fresh form. Now I'm going to turn it into a sauce. So I take a tablespoonful of it and then cover the rest and store it. And I'm going to add my seasoning now because I didn't add any seasoning, no salt in the beginning. Now I'm pouring in my oil to turn it into a sauce. And then we need our sweet component, which is our honey. You can use sugar, brown sugar, or you can omit it, no problem. But like I said, the bit of sweetness brings the balance that you need in here. And here is the sauce. The consistency of it, the nature of it, the color even reminds me of our Ghanaian shito. Now coming up soon in my next videos are how I use these two amazing peri peri sauce. Thank you, beautiful person, for watching the video all the way to the end. Kindly leave me a comment and subscribe down below, and don't forget to share the video as well. Also, watch more videos. It is chop time, and here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair. We are all friends and family here.